Women don't miss men who chase. Wow, okay, that's a pretty bold, almost jarring statement, right? But the YouTube channel Psychocharisma actually kicks off their fascinating analysis of relationship dynamics with this exact, deeply counterintuitive claim. They're basically arguing that almost everything we're taught about traditional dating advice, proving yourself, trying harder, showing constant effort, well, it actually completely fails when it comes to real human psychology.
So, welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you with us today as we unpack a truly fascinating behavioral psychology framework pulled straight from the source material. We're going to explore the hidden mechanics of attraction, unpacking exactly why doing what feels totally natural often pushes people away, and how just making a few subtle shifts in your behavior can completely alter how you're perceived.
And it really all centers around one crucial question. How do you become unforgettable? Now, according to the source, you absolutely do not achieve this by being constantly available or, overwhelming someone with attention. We're going to treat this like a giant psychological puzzle, and we're going to solve it together by looking at the exact mechanics about human beings process value, absence, and desire. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our psychological roadmap for today. We'll start with the attraction paradox, move into the scarcity principle, explore mastering silence and mystery, look at confidence over competition, examine the power of loss, and finally wrap it all up with the final takeaway. So jumping right into section 1, the attraction paradox, why doing less actually does more. This is where the source material literally flips conventional dating wisdom on its head. Just think about the expected behavior: chasing, begging, desperately trying to prove your worth. When you see someone you want, your natural instinct is to try and convince them, right? But the psychological reality? It's entirely different. Chasing actually flips the balance of power. It screams insecurity. It basically tells the other person that you're desperately seeking their attention, rather than just letting them discover your value naturally. True attraction, as this framework argues, is actually built by creating emotional presence through absence. Which brings us to section 2, the scarcity principle, the currency of attention. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the source brilliantly frames human attention as an economic concept. Let's talk about emotional oversupply. Think about it. Constant texting, calling, always being the first one to reach out. You might think, hey, I'm showing dedication, but economically speaking, you're flooding the market. You are creating a massive surplus of your own attention. And just like in basic economics, when there's an oversupply of literally anything, its perceived value drops to zero. The analysis uses this incredibly relatable analogy to really drive the point home. Think about it. If someone gives you free food every single day, do you ever actually crave it? Probably not, right? But if that food suddenly disappears, you immediately realize just how much you want it. It turns out, human beings fundamentally do not miss what they already have in absolute abundance. Which naturally leads to this foundational rule from the source material. People crave what's rare. Attraction thrives on scarcity, not availability. When your attention is handed out like loose change, well, it's treated like loose change. But when you hold it back, it suddenly becomes this rare, highly valuable commodity.
So let's look at how this actually plays out in real life. According to this playbook, here are the most common mistakes men make that completely destroy the scarcity. Canceling your own plans just in case she calls. Replying to every single text within seconds. Making absolutely sure she knows you're available 24/7. Now, on paper, it totally looks like you're being a great guy, but in psychological reality, it makes you entirely predictable. There's no challenge, there's zero tension, and ultimately you just become forgettable.
All right, moving on to section 3, mastering silence and mystery, the power of the unknown.
So how do we actually fix this? Most people firmly believe that constant communication, the good morning texts, the midday check-ins, is the absolute key to building a connection. But this framework argues that's just a trap of emotional oversupply. Now, contrast that with the heavy weight of powerful silence. Silence actually creates tension. It gives the other person that necessary mental space to wonder what you're doing and who you're with.
Let's move to and see how this builds into a very practical step-by-step scenario presented by the source. Step 1. You're messaging daily, and you start getting these dry or super slow replies. The instinct is to panic and double text, right? Don't do it. Step 2. You pull back. You literally stop texting entirely for a couple of days. Step 3. Because you didn't chase, you create a gap. She notices that gap, checks her phone expecting to see your name, and boom, her curiosity grows. You flip the dynamic entirely through the strategic use of silence. The creator actually takes a slightly controversial stance here on honesty. They argue that, sure, while honesty is absolutely important, being a total open book from day one completely ruins the mystery. If you over-explain every single thought and plan, you literally leave nothing to the imagination. Missing someone starts in the mind, not the heart. You have to leave blank spaces so they can fill them in themselves. That suspense, that's what creates the real thrill of attraction.
Next up is Section 4, Confidence over Competition, Becoming the Standard.
This part shifts our focus away from external texting tactics and right into your internal mindset. The analysis observes a massive trap that so many fall into: competing for attention. This looks like rushing to be the first to comment on social media, or trying to be the loudest guy in the room just to outperform everyone else. But the blunt reality is that competing signals deep, deep weakness and dependency. Instead, the focus should be on attracting, being quiet, independent, and rooted in your own self-evident value.
And this brilliantly illustrates the difference between mere arrogance and true confidence. The source defines true confidence not as bragging, but through action. It's making decisions without hesitation. It's standing firmly by your opinions rather than just folding to please someone else. And honestly, most importantly, it's being completely comfortable walking away if you aren't being respected.
Which brings us to this massively punchy takeaway directly from the source. Real men don't compete, they attract. The psychology here suggests that you absolutely have to stop treating someone else's attention like a trophy you're fighting for. The exact moment you stop competing and start acting like you are the prize, the entire perception shifts. You literally become the standard.
Let's look at Section 5, the power of loss, the ultimate trigger. This brings us to what is perhaps the most provocative concept of this entire explainer. It's a fundamental rule of human psychology. People simply do not value what is guaranteed. The playbook asserts that if you make yourself a permanent, unconditional fixture in someone's life, no matter how poorly they treat you, you remove every single reason they have to appreciate you. I mean, they have zero reason to chase you because they already know you aren't going anywhere. The breakdown details this exact sequence to induce that fear of loss. Step 1. Stop making yourself a guarantee. Step 2. Genuinely be willing to walk away. And Step 3. Let her actually imagine a life without you. Now, the source is very careful to clarify here. This isn't about playing toxic, manipulative games. Not at all. It is purely about self-respect. You're simply showing that your life does not revolve around them, and that realization alone is what triggers genuine desire.
Finally, Section 6, the final takeaway, the harsh truth.
We've covered a ton of ground today, synthesizing all these paradoxes and quirks of human behavior. So the crucial point is this. According to the source's philosophy, women don't miss the nice guy who's just always hovering around. They miss the person who has the strength to walk away and let them actually feel their absence. You can be incredibly sweet and loving for sure, but if you don't know how to strategically create space, your value just diminishes in their eyes.
I want to leave you with a really provocative thought, drawn directly from the source's own call to action. Take a look at your own interpersonal behaviors for a second. Have you ever chased someone way too hard and just felt them pull away? Or, on the flip side, have you ever noticed that the moment you finally went silent, they suddenly came pulling back to you? It's just a fascinating look at how our minds actually work. Thank you so much for joining me to explore this incredibly interesting framework today. Keep paying close attention to those hidden dynamics, and I will see you in the next explainer.